The following video was produced entirely by artificial intelligence. Watch to see how an AI would recommend someone to survive on a deserted island. Imagine being stranded on a deserted island, with nothing but your wits and the clothes on your back. You have no food, no water, no shelter, and no way to signal for rescue. It sounds like a nightmare, right? But don't panic, because in this video, we're going to teach you everything you need to know to survive in this dire scenario. From building shelter and finding food, to signaling for rescue and staying healthy, we've got you covered. So buckle up and pay attention, because you never know when you might need this information to save your life. The first step in surviving on a deserted island is finding shelter. When you're stranded on a deserted island, the last thing you want is to be exposed to the elements. Fortunately, there are several types of shelters that you can build using natural materials found on the island. The most common types of shelters include a lean-to made of palm fronds, a shelter made of bamboo, and a cave made of rocks. A lean-to made of palm fronds is a quick and easy shelter to build. All you need is a few sturdy palm fronds and some kind of support structure, such as a tree or a rock. You can create a framework with the support structure and then cover it with the palm fronds. This shelter will keep you dry and protected from the sun and wind. A shelter made of bamboo is another option. Bamboo is a strong and durable material that is easy to work with. You can construct a shelter using bamboo poles and palm fronds. A cave made of rocks is the most secure option and can provide insulation in different climates. However, it will take more time and energy to make it. The choice of shelter type will depend on the materials available on the island and your personal preference. Once you have a shelter, the next step in surviving on a deserted island is finding food and water. One of the most effective methods to find food is fishing. If you can catch fish, you will have a steady source of protein that can sustain you for an extended period. Another way to find food is by foraging for fruits and nuts. There are usually different types of fruits and nuts growing on the island, and these can provide you with a nutritious source of food. Lastly, trapping small animals can also be an option, but this requires a lot of patience and skill. In addition to finding food, it's also important to find a source of fresh water. On a deserted island, water can be hard to come by, but there are several ways to purify it. One of the most efficient methods is using a solar still. A solar still is a simple device that uses the sun's heat to distill seawater into fresh water. You can also boil water to purify it, but this requires a fire, which we will discuss in the next point. Another option is to collect rainwater when it rains. It's essential to know how to purify water so that you don't risk getting sick. Starting a fire is crucial for survival on a deserted island. It's not only important for cooking food but also for keeping warm and signaling for rescue. One method for starting a fire is using a fire bow. A fire bow is a simple tool that is easy to make and can be used to start a fire quickly. All you need is a bow, a string, and a spindle. The bow is used to create friction on the spindle, and with enough friction, you can create a spark that can start a fire. Another effective way to start a fire is using a hand drill. A hand drill is a tool that is made from a stick and a piece of wood. The stick is used to create friction on the wood, and with enough friction, you can create a spark that can start a fire. Once you have a fire going, it's important to keep it going. You can do this by adding small pieces of dry wood and keeping it protected from wind. With a fire, you can cook food, stay warm, and signal for rescue. All of these methods can be challenging, but with practice and patience, you will be able to start a fire on a deserted island. Staying mentally healthy is essential to surviving on a deserted island. Being stranded on a deserted island can be a daunting experience, and it's important to keep your spirits up to maintain your will to survive. One way to do this is by keeping a journal. A journal can be a great way to record your thoughts and emotions, and it can also be used to plan your days and organize your activities. Another way to stay motivated is by making tools. This will keep you busy and give you a sense of accomplishment. Tools can be made using natural materials such as bamboo, palm fronds, or rock. For example, you can make a spear to catch fish or an axe to chop wood. In conclusion, surviving alone on a deserted island is a challenging but possible task. Throughout this video, we have covered the various techniques and strategies you need to know to survive in a deserted island scenario. We have discussed the importance of finding shelter, finding food and water, starting a fire, signaling for rescue, and staying mentally healthy. By following these steps and being prepared, you will increase your chances of survival on a deserted island. We hope that you have found this video informative and helpful. Remember that the most important thing is to stay calm and think logically. By keeping a positive attitude, staying focused, and utilizing the skills that you've learned here, you will increase your chances of survival. We encourage you to share your thoughts and ask any questions in the comments section. And remember, always be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks for watching.